We're looking at high intensity interval training, workout number 1 of our final week in February of 2022. Starting off with our normal dynamic warm-up. Wanted to take about 8 minutes on that. And we got 2 9-minute cycles followed by a 13-minute ab cycle. Closing out 12-minute cycle, just push-ups and air squats at the very end. 4 different cycles in the workout. But starting off, we got our typical 8-minute dynamic warm-up. See high knees first, getting those knees up high, thighs parallel to the ground. And then we got our butt kicks, working on loosening up those hamstrings. Here, picture we have Frankensteins, swinging those legs up, keeping them straight. After the Frankensteins, we have our walking toe touches, keeping the front leg straight, reaching both hands to the ground, touching, back leg will raise behind us. For the first 9-minute cycle, we got 3 different movements. Same breakdown for the next 9-minute cycle, 3 movements again. 13-minute ab cycle, we got a lot of different movements in that one. And then our final 12-minute cycle, again, we just got push-ups and air squats. Here you see some karaoke, driving the knee on each lateral movement. Getting some hip hop, side to side lunges, rotating after each one. Also known as a Cossack squat. Getting deeper and deeper with each rep. Loosening up that lower body. After these side-to-side lunges, we're going to some more explosive movements. We got our broad jumps, exploding, landing, not falling forwards or backwards. Use those arms as momentum to drive yourself forward. After the broad jumps, we got bounds for height, reaching up as high as we can, exploding off the ground off one leg, landing, moving forward straight into the next jump. Same principle, except we're bounding for distance this time, reaching out and extending, trying to get a rhythmic distance with each jump. Crab walks, we're just on our hands and our feet, walking forwards. I know crabs normally walk laterally, but you get the idea. Crab walks it is. After that, we got our Spider-Man walks. Hand and foot drive up at the same time. And then we get into that push-up. Alright. You're going to be in a staggered stance for each push-up. That's part of the Spider-Man element of the dynamic movement. After that, we got our duck walks, keeping the butt low, walking forward. Simple as that. Trying to keep your heels on the ground. Don't stay up on the balls of your feet or toes the whole time. This will help you allow you to get good depth and loosen up those hips. Final movement of the warm-up, we got our bear crawls. Knees just off the ground, keeping our core engaged, to where we can almost set a wine glass on our back and it wouldn't fall off. Almost. Keep that back flat, walking forward. First cycle, 3 different movements, each movement for 30 seconds straight. After you hit those 3 movements, you get 45 seconds rest. We're going to do that for 4 sets or 4 rounds. First movement, jumping switch lunges. After that, we've got our 1.5 rep squats. You go all the way down, halfway up, then all the way down, up. Down, halfway up, down, up. 1.5 squats. There you see a different angle. Good depth, halfway up, down, and back up. Continuous for 30 seconds straight. After that, we got touchdown squats. Popping the legs out, touching both hands to the ground. Very quick on this one. Get as many reps as you can in 30 seconds. That'll do it for our first cycle. Then you get a 2-minute rest. Second cycle, same exact breakdown. First exercise, donkey kicks, kicking those legs up. Both hands on the ground, kicking those legs back. If you can't get as high as I did, absolutely fine for the workout. Get as high as you can. Comfortably. Burpees, chest to ground, feet off the ground, hands in the air. That's the standard for burpees. You need to step back like I'm doing here, or if you can pop back, either are acceptable. Final movement, half jacks. Arms are going up to parallel, feet are popping out a little bit. Continuous, repetitive, fast motion for this one, as many reps as you can do. Adding a little pizzazz at the end. 2 minutes rest, and then we're starting our ab cycle. Lots of different movements for this one. You got your crunches or your sit-ups. First exercise, just getting loose. This is not the most optimal exercise for core, but it's a tried and true exercise. Do it so many times. Keeping the feet on the ground, doing some classic sit-ups or crunches. After those, we've got our V-ups. Keeping those legs extended and reaching towards the toes. Core is engaged. My legs aren't all the way locked out straight, but they're fairly straight, enough so I can reach my toes, getting the shoulder blades off the ground. Very similar movement here. We got leg raises, so we're raising the legs from a parallel position to the ground all the way up and touching those toes. I'm not letting my heels hit each time I lower. This is a little bit more dynamic of the movement we just did. After that, we've got our side-to-side crunches. This total ab workout is supposed to last 13 minutes long, so break it up however you'd like. As long as you hit all the different movements in 13 minutes, and you want to be working for as much of the 13 minutes as you can. If you get through only 10 reps of each exercise, but you get through multiple cycles of all the exercises, that would be great. As long as you're working the whole time and continuously moving through these exercises as you go. After those side-to-side oblique crunches, we've got our penguins. For this one, you just want your shoulder blades off the ground, and you're rotating side to side, touching those heels. Continuous motion for this one, back and forth. You want to hit some higher reps for this one. After those penguins, we've got our briefcases. Just like a briefcase opens and closes, you're raising and lowering your thighs and your torso at the same rate. So your thighs are coming in, hitting your torso. Extending those legs out. Russian twists. A light to moderate weight, or you can do with body weight as well. Twisting side to side. You don't want to extend those arms too much to where you're not rotating, because this is an oblique or a rotationally challenge core exercise. Reverse planks. Elbows down, butt is off the ground. Difficult to tell from this angle, but my butt is off the ground. Very challenging to hold. It doesn't look too difficult, but it's a very challenging exercise. Here, we've got our classic leg lifts. So, arms are not moving. We're raising those legs straight, hips are coming off the ground, we're exploding up. A little bit more difficult version you see here is a twisting motion. As I raise, I'm twisting. Very challenging and good core exercise there. After the leg lifts, you've got some 6-inch holds with some jackknives here, so up and down. The next version of that would be scissors, so over and under the other. Jackknives and scissors back and forth with that 6-inch hold. Here we have our large version of the jackknives. These would be big jackknives. Keeping those legs straight, alternating, and then our large scissors. Widening those legs, crossing them over, all the while heels are not touching the ground. Almost done with the core, the ab cycle. We got our traditional forearm plank, and then after that, you got your side to side. Core is tight. Body is in line from my shoulders through my heels. Side to side plank, you want your elbow on the ground, hips off the ground. Again, body in line from shoulder to toes. You can keep that hand that's not on the ground either on your hip or extended over the head. This keeps your spine in line, keeps you relatively straight. Here we see me flipping it over to the other side. On that other elbow, hand on the side or hand extended. Either works. After this one, we just got one more exercise for the core cycle. This is more of a mobility, flexibility exercise. Back raises. Crossing the legs. We're trying to raise that chest off the ground and raise those knees off the ground. Extending, flexing that lower back. Reverse side of the core. Core is not just your internal abdominals. Final cycle, just 2 movements, 8 sets of it. Push-ups and air squats. 20 seconds of push-ups, 40 seconds of air squats, and then a 30-second rest. You're going to hit that for 8 rounds. It's going to take you 90 seconds by 8 rounds, 12 minutes total for the cycle. 40 seconds of air squat, a little bit longer than the push-up because they're a little bit easier. Straight from that push-up into the air squat, and then you can hit your rest after that.